All right, so where does the value come in cryptocurrency? That's the first question I usually get from people who ask me about cryptocurrency and who are new to it. They just don't understand how someone can create a currency from thin air and that it could have value. Because if I printed money today, it would have zero value. So the first reason anything has value, including the US dollar, is community buy-in. In other words, a dollar literally only has a value because everyone agrees that it has value. Everyone says, I will work for a dollar, and then when we go to spend that dollar, other people will accept it in exchange for goods or services. So that's really the biggest reason Bitcoin has value, is because people are accepting it and they're using it as currency. If no one accepted it, then it would have zero value. So just an example of that is, let me see if I can switch out of here. I did a real quick Google search of people currently accepting Bitcoin, and it may surprise you to know WordPress, which is a huge internet website building, Overstock.com for furniture, Subway, Microsoft, Virgin Galactic, there's a whole list, Wikipedia, something else. I want to say Whole Foods was on this list. There's all sorts of people that are now accepting Bitcoin, and the more people accept it, the more Bitcoin's going to gain traction, and the more value it will have. So let's hop back in here. All right, so the second reason is there is a limited number of Bitcoins. So once we have community buy-in, the next big thing that's going to control the value is how many coins there are in relation to the demand for them. So I said earlier, there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoins. So they will become more and more scarce the more people demand them, and the less coins are produced until it finally caps out at 21 million. And then at that point, that also will affect the value. And then going on from that, speaking of not only Bitcoin, but all of cryptocurrencies, all these points go for all cryptocurrencies. But then they usually offer some sort of utility or solution to a problem. So there are some that are fast, they transfer quickly and reliably. Others are more security, or more secure, or maybe more private, I should say. Right now, like I said, most blockchains you can look and see exactly what transfers where and what's going on. Some cryptocurrencies want to be more secretive, so that's the utility they bring. And then all of these, one of the main reasons it was created, Bitcoin was created, is trust. You don't have to trust anyone to exchange Bitcoin because no one's controlling. You don't have to trust a government because the government's not controlling it. You don't have to trust the person you're transferring to or from because they don't control the transaction. No one controls the transaction. It is the whole network of peers that are controlling it, and things are added to the blockchain or taken off the blockchain by consensus of all the peers on the network. So essentially they call it a trustless transaction. You don't need trust. I should have said this when we were talking about Bitcoin, but the prime reason Bitcoin was created was, again, I said 2009, that was right after the crash. And they basically said, we want to avoid this in the future. A government shouldn't be able to control the currency, and big banks shouldn't be able to cause that kind of chaos because they made bad decisions. So one of the main reasons cryptocurrencies exist are simply the issue of trust and decentralization, that no one anything controls the system. And then right now what's happening is a lot of speculation, and I think that's mostly what's controlling the value of cryptocurrency now. I think most people would agree that cryptocurrencies in general are being valued beyond their utility today. Probably the market will correct, but also as cryptocurrency gains popularity, they might meet somewhere. The value, their current value and their utility will probably meet somewhere. So right now, we're going to play the market. I'm playing the market. I'm investing in it. We'll see what happens. All right, so that's value.